Is it correct that you have at least 7 other children
Yes, ma'am. That's great.
and they're all under 18?
Yes, ma'am.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, and Your Honor, I think we have a partial agreement on this case. I'll go ahead and announce the portions that I believe are agreed to. The parties agree that there's no family violence and no request for non-disclosure. I believe that they're in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator, and the father to have standard visitation. They don't agree as far as child support, medical support, retroactive support, and the geographic restriction, I believe. I'll go ahead and call the parties. I called the mother, Jessica Salinas. Miss Salinas, could you state your full name?
Jessica Salinas.
And ma'am, what's the name of the child involved in this case?
Jolie Ashanti Moore.
And how old is the child?
She's about to be 10 months.
Okay. And ma'am, is it correct that the two of you signed an acknowledgement of paternity for that child?
Yes.
Okay, and ma'am, make sure you answer with a yes or a no, because the court cannot record statements like
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And ma'am, did you hear the announcement that was made at the beginning of this hearing?
I believe so.
Did you are you in agreement to those terms that were announced as agreed?
What terms do you want to refresh me?
Sure. That there was no family violence between the two of you
Oh, yes.
and no request for non-disclosure? Okay, and yes.
Yes, sir.
no?
I'm sorry. Sorry.
And ma'am, are you asking that you be appointed sole managing conservator?
I am.
And you're asking that the father have standard visitation?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And ma'am, is it correct that you're asking for no geographic restriction?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, can you tell the court why you want no geographic restriction?
Just in the future, if I want to move, I want to be able to do that freely without having to come back to the court and ask. Just because here in Texas, there's a lot of immigration stuff being updated. And if I feel like I am better off somewhere else, I want to be able to do that for me and my children.
Okay, so potentially you might move to a different state or a different country?
Not a country, just a different state.
Okay. And ma'am, the state has calculated child support at $696 a month. Are you in agreement to that amount?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, how's the child covered for health insurance?
She has Medicaid.
And do you have private health insurance available through your job?
I do not.
Okay. And ma'am, the state had calculated medical support at $682. I'm gonna divide
sorry,
that.
you cut off.
Sorry, I'm gonna divide that by 8 to come up with the amount for him to pay. Since he has 8 other children. So that would be $85. Are you in agreement for his medical support to be $85 a month?
Yeah.
And ma'am, do you know if the father has private health insurance available through his job?
I believe he does.
Okay. And ma'am, are you in agreement to a retro child support judgment of $4,460?
Yes.
And are you asking that the father pay that off at $75 a month?
That is fine.
And are you asking that the father be responsible for court costs for today?
Yes.
Pass a witness. I called the father, Jason Moore. Mr. Moore, could you state your full name?
Yes, ma'am. Jason Odell Moore.
Okay, and sir, is it correct that you signed an acknowledgement of paternity for this child?
Yes, it is.
And sir, did you hear the announcement regarding agreed portions of this order?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And are you in agreement to those terms of the order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and sir, as far as child support, are you in agreement to $696 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
And would you be in agreement to the medical support that I had stated of $85 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and sir, is it correct that you have at least 7 other children
Yes, ma'am. That's great.
and they're all under 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, do you have private health insurance available to cover this child?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Have you put the child on that plan?
No, ma'am. I have not yet. I talked to the other liaison about it. She said she was going to send me some documentation over so I can get her added today.
Do you know how much it would cost for you to add the child to your plan?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. And sir, are you in agreement to the retroactive child support judgment of $4,460?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you in agreement to pay that out at $75 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it correct that you want a geographic restriction to Dallas County and surrounding counties?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain to the court why you want the geographic restriction?
I won't be able to travel to other states for visitations.
Okay, and do you have any fear of her moving to a different state or a different country?
Just out of the country.
Okay, and why do you worry about that? Has she told you that she was going to move?
No, she did say she wasn't sure about her legal status in the United States of America, so just wanted to make sure that with the child, I was still able to reach the child for visitations.
Okay. Pass a witness.
Mr. Moore, just a couple questions on the insurance issue. So
Yes.
you have insurance already for the other children that are not involved in this case?
I'm
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
you're cutting off.
Mr. Moore?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. So you think it probably wouldn't be any additional cost to add this child to your insurance?
I've never. It's always been court ordered, so I don't know how how it's going to work out. But I just make a phone call and they're going to add them once I have the legal documents.
They're
I just don't
taking
know about the cost on it.
they're taking something out of your paycheck right now to pay for the insurance?
Yes, sir, I do pay medical coverage.
Okay, but you don't know how much that is?
Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to go up.
Okay, but you're sure that you can cover the child on your insurance?
Yes, sir, I am sure.
Okay. All right, I'm making an order. There's been no family violence, non-disclosures not requested, mother to be appointed managing conservator, standard visitation. I am ordering that Mr. Moore cover insurance privately through his employer. That does not mean that Ms. Salinas will get a copy of the insurance card. So you have to give her an insurance card after the child is enrolled.
Yes, sir.
They will not do that automatically. Neither will the Attorney General's office. You also need to notify the government, the Attorney General's office. I'm sorry, about that you have the insurance. Child support $696. Retroactive is $4,460 payable at $75 a month. I am ordering a geographic restriction. The child must reside in Dallas or any contiguous county so that the child can have a relationship with the father that lives in this area. She cannot move. All right, court cost is billed to Mr. Moore. The Attorney General's office will draft an order based on my ruling today and make sure that all payments are paid through the child support office only. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
I have a question before we go.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, 2 questions. One is for the Medicaid. If he puts Jolie on his insurance, the copays are really expensive, and I currently will not be able to afford that. So how is that gonna work?
You'll have to split copays. That's what the order is going to read. Each of y'all pay half.
Okay, and then the other one is, as far as taxes, I do not plan on letting him have Jolie for taxes. Is that also gonna be on there, or how is that gonna work?
You don't plan on what?
Having him report our daughter on his taxes.
On his taxes. I haven't said anything
Mhm.
about his taxes.
No, but I am.
I'm not a tax judge, okay?
That's not put in the court order?
No,
So he can just do whatever he wants then?
I'm not a tax judge, ma'am. You want to talk to a tax judge or talk to the IRS, you can. This is not going to be part of the court order, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, then y'all can press leave to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you.